Okie dokie, hello. Hi everyone. This is the Hulk from the Super Nintendo Marathon. Am I live? Can you hear me? Let me check if this works, but I've been told that I'm live. Hey, nice, okay. Alright, so I'm the Hulk, I speedrun Super Nintendo games, and tonight we're gonna see a whole lot of SNES awesomeness. Kicking it off with Aladdin. I have the honor of kicking this off, so I hope I won't disappoint. Aladdin is one of my favorite games. It's a apparently simple platformer, but with really crazy mechanics, and we'll see as we go through it. We are about to start the any percent run, plain old speed run. Let's do this. Yeah, a classic. So nothing too crazy right now, except that I am doing those stop jumps, which save a couple pixels if you do it to the right. Take the top routes and get the cape and mash it like there is no tomorrow. This is how you play this game fast. Every time the cape is released, you actually save 2 pixels, which is about a frame actually. That was a moderately fast first level. I'm pretty glad about that. Okay, second level, introducing more mechanics to it. Hey, I can throw apples and stun guys. And also, when I go on slopes, if the slope is going downward, it's making me go faster. And if the slope is going upwards, it's making me go slower. So I want to exploit the slopes going down and try to avoid or jump over the slopes going up. And here we are cutting some of the contents of the level just by jumping at the right parts. Here, don't take too many jumps or the game will lag a bit. Jumps are important though. I hope I will cut the right count at the end. It's a routing issue. I will explain that later. Here, a stop jump, a slide jump so I can mash more. The slide jump gives me a couple more pixels to the right. Here, don't run until you grab this, so the bounce will be further away. A lot of jumps, and here same thing. Cape and release the D-pad, and you will cape glide nicely all the way to the end of the level. Stun this guy. Did I despawn? No, I did not despawn this archer. It's kind of hard to do. Okay, first boss. Apple. First hit, and now Apple. Every time to stun him so he does not go crazy with his sword. Oh. Okay. First hit was kind of bad, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful in the second world. Yeah, usually I get hit by a bat in order to gain some height, but I won't do that. It just saves like 20 frames. If I do that, I will die. I won't. I hope it's gonna go right though. I hope it's gonna go alright. Okay, second level, the Cave of Wonders. It's upping the difficulty quite a bit, especially for the speedrun. This is actually one of the hardest worlds to run, I think. Here, we're already taking a damage. Here, I'm jumping on this bat instead of taking damage by it. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to grab that. Okay, let's see how the scorpion is. It's random. It might go right or left. It's going left, which is luckier. So I'm glad about that. Now trigger Abu, and we're going to go to the end of the level, but not trigger the ending of the level right away, because we want to wait for Abu. The reason for this, here I'm stopping, and running now again. Because we want Abu to follow us by running for the most time. And if we trigger the end, Abu will follow us by walking, which is slower. It's quite weird, but it does save time. Now I really need to concentrate, because this is really based on speed, and if I do it right, I can skip 2 logs. Oh, okay, alright, I won't skip any log. I tried to do it too fast. Where's the log? Okay, I will just wait it out. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. Because that's a nice trick. I'll do it the lazy way. But at least we're through. We are through. A bit of a shame. I wanted to show off the 2 log skips. I didn't even get the first one. But oh well. I guess I'm a bit stressed. I should not be. But at least we are through without dying, which is always a good thing. And as soon as you see the full picture, you can just hold start. You don't need to mash it in order to skip the cutscene at the first possible frame. So here, this is just an auto-scroller, so surviving is pretty much what you want to do. Except that you want to make sure that the game does not lag, which can happen in a couple spots. I will point out to that later. So far, let's just nicely try to take as many gems as we can. I'm gonna talk a little bit about gems. In this game, gems are not exactly like Super Mario Bros. Coins. They don't give you an extra life when you have 100, they give you an extra heart and a free health refill, but no extra life for some reason. That's an interesting mechanic because it will be abused by the end of the game. You wait a little bit until we take this column of 3 gems, otherwise the game would have lagged. So you get a new heart and a free health refill. So I'm gonna try to make it so I will get 100 gems just before the final fight for Jafar. That was my signature dance move. Hope you enjoyed it. So here I'm taking all the gems, so as many as I can, just to make sure that I will cut the 300 gems required for this route for any person, which is quite tight. So hopefully it works. It's not as tight as Capeless though, but it's still pretty tight. And in case you're wondering, the red gems that you collected in the world are shown one by one at the score screen at the end of the world, where the password is displayed. But surprisingly, it does not waste any time to have more red gems, because the time it takes for the next screen load is always the same regardless of how many red gems you got. So I can afford to take all the red gems, and it will not cost me time at all. So I want to take them just to maximize my gem score. Here we go. This is probably the level that killed you as a kid if you had this game as I did. I did not like this level very much. Well, I guess I kind of enjoyed it. It was fun and all, but it was a bit frustrating. It took me a long time to master it. Get it through the first time. Because you can't hit any obstacle or anything, or you will just die. When you speedrun the game, you just learn it by heart, so it's not that bad. Well, casually, it's challenging. Alright, we are through with stage 3. And now I'm going to hold the controller a little bit differently, because I'm going to use my last 2 apples for an apple jar trick. I'm going to focus a little bit, try to get that right. Boom, boom. Okay, got that. Nice. So that will every apple gives me 20 apples, which is more than enough for the rest of the game. So there I tried a slight jump in order to gain some horizontal speed, but unfortunately that was not enough to cut it, to not have to grab the platform, so I lost some time. Here you can jump right away as the platform appears, but it's a bit dangerous. I don't do that usually for marathon runs. And there's tiny slopes everywhere on the giant hands and fingers of the Genie. So that's why sometimes you see me not mash, even though I could have mashed. Because instead of mashing, in order to gain some speed, I want to exploit the slopes like I just did right there. So running down the slope makes you a bit faster, and jumping from a downhill slope will retain the whole speed boost from the slope, for the whole duration of the jump. I'm making lots of mistakes, but that's not too bad. At least I didn't take a hit or anything bad. Okay. Yeah, 4-1 is one of the hardest. But with all the latest strategies, It sometimes feels like all the levels are the hardest. Oh, come on. I didn't wait enough. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm not cutting this cycle. Okay, that's fine. You're trying to bounce just the right amount to get to the next spring. It's pretty difficult to do, but that was pretty good actually. It's unfortunate that I completely botched the tongue part. But here I'm not going for the high jumps because I usually don't get them. There's two jumps where you can get on top of the next platform without having to grab the ledge. But that's quote-unquote luck-based. Depending on your sub-pixel position, Aladdin's full jump will be either 63 or 64 pixels high, and there's nothing you can do to control that. And there's two places there which require to get the maximum 64 pixel jump, and I don't get that very often, so I just don't even try. Oops, I'm not supposed to go down there. Okay, here you want to take advantage of the sand going forwards because it boosts me a lot. That's why I stayed on the ground a lot there without escaping. Here, this apple will stun this guy so he does not shoot an arrow, and that prevents like 5 frames of lag. That was a decent level. Apple this guy. Take this. On top of this platform, and now... Oh! Okay, I pulled this one, but that was very slow. It's possible to do this very, very quickly. I hold my controller in a really particular way. Like I'm mashing the R button for the cape, which is a bit unusual for video games. Usually you don't want to have to mash R. Notice that you can actually remap the buttons in order to mash X or A instead. I prefer R because my grip on the controller is better, but some other players, especially Joe D'Amelio, who has the second best time, he mashes X. So the two techniques are viable. So if you want to pick up this game, just make sure that you test all the ways to play it and just take the one that suits you best. It doesn't have to be one or the other, it just depends on what kind of player you are. And I guess that I've played this game so much that now my R button has become a little bit looser, so I mash it more easily. And that was a pretty good 5-3, by the way. I got the hits the correct way. I want to take advantage of the spikes, turn around just before the spikes, and just before the hits. Oh, and by the way, this is it. Je vais t'offrir un monde au milieu splendide. Dis-moi, princesse, n'as-tu jamais laissé parler ton cœur ce rêve bleu? C'est un nouveau monde en couleur où personne ne nous dit. C'est interdit de croire encore au bonheur, ce rêve bleu. Je n'y crois pas, c'est merveilleux. Pour moi c'est fabuleux, quand dans les cieux nous partageons ce rêve bleu à deux. Ce rêve bleu aux mille nuits qui durera toute la vie. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. But you have to sing the song in a marathon, don't you? You just have to. Otherwise people will be very disappointed. Doesn't matter if you sing well or not. Also sing it in your own language. That's more classy, I guess. So yeah, for those who didn't know, I'm French, so I sing the song in French. Now, back to serious business. There, I used an apple to stun that sword guy so he does not throw a sword. So I get more ground to do more mashes. Oh, oops. Same thing here. Stun this guy. And now a tiny zip. You can zip through these things while taking damage. So I took an intentional damage there. I'm slightly low on gems though, it's a bit concerning, so I hope it's gonna be alright. I only have 79, we'll see, we'll see. That was a good level though. Here, luck starts becoming a factor. Oh my god, I took an extra hit, which could end up being bad. Well, we'll have to adapt. We'll have to adapt. This is not a problem yet, as long as I don't take another hit. But I might have to adapt. Okay. 86 gems. I think gem-wise we are okay. Yeah, I missed one red gem in that level. I should not have, honestly. I was too busy singing. Stun this guy. Oh, okay. No problem with skulls, because sometimes Yago can really be a troll. He can kill runs, by the way. Okay, I have at least 94. Apple, that's a pair of swords. Okay, I'm far ahead enough of the fire so I can take the lower route, which is faster. I have 95 and not 97, so I have to take the red gem, which counts as 3 gems. But here we go, we have the 100 before Jafar. So let's see if I get the Jafar NG. And I do! Oh my god, cool. Let's save 8 seconds. I seem to have good luck in marathons for some reason. So there, I got lucky. I got what we call Jafar NG. Which means that Jafar started the fight by summoning his 4 bird pot enemies. And that's what you want, because you can get on top of him and do that infini hit move. And just like that, the fight is over. Normally, which is actually more frequent, the bad RNG is he flies around and throws his cane down, and that wastes 8 seconds. Now I'm gonna try the latest strategy for the quick kill on this boss. Let's go. I'm gonna focus, not talking too much. It's all about damaging. Right, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice! Not bad. I got it perfectly. That was the solid snake strat, as we call it. So shoutouts to Poke Phantom who came up with that strat, and I'm pretty sure that's the most up-to-date snake fight in existence. I don't know of any faster strat for RTA. And there it was perfectly executed, so I'm glad about that. So 1633 is very decent, I think, for a marathon run, so I'm glad about that. So it's a bit of a shame that I did not get any of the log skips in Caverns 2, but the rest of the game was fairly good. No problems on the gem count, good palace, good well 5, and okay Genie well. Okay, alright. I'm glad about that. That was nice. And I got the best strats on the Jafar fight. So okay. I am happy about this. Thanks everybody for the GGs. This was the very first run of this 2020 edition of SNES Super Stars. Yeah, game over. Okay, well, let's go to the next game. What do you think it's gonna be? Another one of my favorites.